Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott with me. Dak, thanks so much for the time. Happy belated birthday, of course.
Thank you, and happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Let's go back to last year. I know it was kind of an up and down start, and one of the things that you and your teammates had said pretty often after games and things like that, win or lose, is, hey, we've got to look in the mirror. We've got to look at ourselves and evaluate how to go forward. With the injury, you've had a lot of time to look in that mirror and look at that reflection. As you've had the time to look at yourself and look at how you can improve, and now you're back on the field, what have you seen in that reflection, and what are you hoping to see maybe 6 months from now?
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, right, it was about getting healthy. And once I got healthy, I could see progress. And it was about pushing myself each and every day. And I see a guy who's going into year 10 much better than he was last year, the year before that, or I've ever been, just with the experience of this game, having the teammates and the players that I have around me, getting into a new year with a new coach and new energy with such a youthful team. I see somebody who's young, feels young again, and excited as hell for not only this offense but this team and direction we're going and what we can do. And a team that's not going to have to look in the mirror much, as we start this thing, and we're going to have to just look forward and make sure that we just remind ourselves of our goal and keep that in our mind.
Let's talk about that offense a little bit more. George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, you got Jake Ferguson back for 4 more years. You got running backs, and we'll see who kind of evolves there. Jaden Blue today was taking some first-team reps. You've got guys all around you, really, that might be the best group you've had around you. And I know you've had some good ones in the past.
For sure.
How much does that excite you, and why does it make you feel young again when you've got a strong supporting cast like that?
Yeah, I mean, that helps, when you've got a young supporting cast like that again, and all those guys have such contagious attitudes, whether it be CD, George, young Jaden, young Tyler Booker, guys who are hungry and very, very youthful, but they come in each and every day like they're vets who've had some experience in this game, whether it be Tyler Smith or, Cooper Beebe, Jake Ferguson, obviously. But what's going to be fun about it is all these guys want to see the other one succeed. And when you have guys without an ego on a team with that much talent, the sky's the limit. And so it's about the celebrations that they're doing. It's about them cheering each other guy on and blocking and making sure that guy gets the most out of his play. And I think that's where you're going to see this offense really take another level.
And running the offense, Brian Schottenheimer, he's been a play caller before, but he's a head coach now for the first time. And you talk about the aspect of fun. I mean, we saw a guy trying to surf on a backboard. You were riding a horse stick, something like that, and it makes you feel young, right? No matter who it is. Why is that energy the right energy for this team, and why is that going to help out when the season comes and when things get hard to be able to lean on one another?
Yeah, energy is contagious, and you just said that's about building and making sure that's creating the brotherhood that things are going to get hard. It's going to be week 15, and who knows how it's looking that week, and maybe guys here or there don't have the energy, but it's about reminding them and being able to be there and cheering them up. And we start practice each and every day with the bags and the energy level, and what that's doing is really setting the tone for us competing, right? And that's the main message of our program, is compete every day. But I think when you're doing it with the right attitude, with the right energy that's contagious, you're making sure that guy is not just checking the box, and he's actually pushing the limits and holding himself accountable to get better 1% each day.
I know football is fun and making you feel young again, but off the field, you're going through some of the best times of life. You're engaged. Congratulations on Aurora Rain, and you've got MJ as well. How much fun is life right now? Just going through some of these things that, are once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, being a 2-time girl dad now.
Yeah.
How fun is that?
It is. It's fun, and what makes it fun is it's new, and I'm learning on the run, right? Being the youngest of 3 boys, and now having a household full of girls, and understanding some of these years and how they're treated are going to be so vital, and the women that they're going to be one day. And so it's about pouring love into the house, and obviously starting with my fiance and making sure it trickles down to our girls. And so each and every day is fun, and that's what's allowing me just to be where my feet are, take advantage of the moment, not take a moment for granted. And it's a new season of life that I just can't be more thankful for.
And I know that you've been through a lot to get to this point, and you've been a massive advocate for mental health, and so is one of your new teammates, who also may just be your doppelganger in Solomon Thomas.
Yeah.
He said he's gotten confused for you a lot, and it's easy to see why. But the two of you, we talked to him a little bit earlier, and you share a very similar story of what you've been through, and your foundations have worked together in the past to promote mental health, especially for folks in the youth. Why is that cause so important to you, and What's it like being able to work with someone on your team now that you've worked with in the past to push this agenda and try to end the stigma?
Yeah, I mean, it's a real stigma. And obviously, we lost my brother in 2020, and Solomon lost his sister before that. And so I think just being able to work with him in the past and be able to relate on such a heavy subject, one, just makes that brotherhood and that connection just deeper in general. But for us to push this message, and both to be Cowboys, understanding the platform that we have, to push this message out there to the world is important, because we have to stop this epidemic, and people's lives matter. And in dark times and in adversity and anxiety-driven moments, depression, sometimes that temporary thought you think is the solution, and it's not. And so it's about, making sure that people understand that their life matters and it's okay to ask for help. And that's why I appreciate Solomon and his foundation, the defensive line, getting to work with the Faith Fight Finish Foundation. And you see it in your teammates. And so there's signs and things that we've learned that will just help us, not only with them, but maybe create more advocates on our team to get the message across even more.
Last one, and it's a question you've gotten before, and I think I already know the answer, but finish this sentence for me. In 2025, Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys will
win the Super Bowl.
Thanks so much for the time, Dak.
Right.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Thank you.